few years ago, I said I was going to preach a sermon on compassion, and when the girls heard that, they laughed. They laughed because I'm sort of from the old school, rub some dirt in it, let's go, forget about it, come on, keep going sort of thing. You know, I'm not the most compassionate guy. I actually have to think about it to be compassionate if I'm going to be at all. So they thought it was funny that I was preaching about compassion, but here's the thing. If I only preached about the things I do well, I'd have a pretty short list. I often preach about things that I know are true, but are way above where I'm actually acting. That happens this week as well. Because this week we're going to talk about rest. Now, you might understand just by knowing me that I'm not the most restful kind of guy. I'm a little high-strung if you haven't noticed. But here's the thing. I know that rest is important. And I'm going to teach about this when I actually live about right here, right now. Rest is important, not just physical rest, but more importantly, mental rest. Because I don't know about you, but I can drag things around and mull things around, and I can carry things that I should have let go years ago. I can wear myself out thinking about things. If you've ever felt worn out or tired or discouraged or like you need a break, that you can't handle another thing, this lesson's for you, because Jesus has some things to say about restfulness. We're going to give you some practical help, we're going to give you some good reminders, and we're going to point you toward Jesus, who will be our answer for everything. The sermon is called Rest, Finding Shelter in Your Storm. This, once again, is going to be such a useful, practical lesson. It's something anybody could benefit from. Invite a friend. It might be really good for them, too. In our Bible study at 10 o'clock, we are in one of my favorite Old Testament books. We're in the book of Nehemiah. I love Nehemiah because he is a great leader. He does some really good things to help people and motivate people and get people going. Nehemiah's story is important to us because whether you recognize it or not, you're a leader somewhere, either in your family or at your work or in your neighborhood, or somebody is looking to you. And what Nehemiah does, the example he gives us, is just so good. He does some things that are useful and helpful and motivating. And we're going to take Nehemiah's story and learn how to do those things ourselves. We're going to underline some really important attitudes that in many cases our society has forgotten about. Nehemiah will be a good mirror for us so we can see how we're doing. If you like to read ahead, Nehemiah chapter 1 is where we will be. Once again, I am really looking forward to Sunday morning. I think we have some really practical things to share, some really good things to share, things to celebrate. It's going to be great. We'll see you there.